Aloha and welcome back. It's your boy Neglected Gundam. I hope that you weren't too lonely without me. You didn't feel too neglected. Today we are going to be looking at the Master Grade Heavyarms EW in a little bit closer of a style to where you can see some of the details and see how I did my build. I also have an uncompleted Heavyarms where the pieces are still on the runner. We're going to go ahead and look at those today as well and do a comparison of what comes in the box and then what I did. This build here was more of a medium quality build, I would say. It wasn't my main project at the time, it was just my side project that I was doing alongside my main project. So I just figured since I was doing the main project, I had paints going and available, and I just wanted to see what it would look like. So the main project that I was working on at that time is the Master Grade Heavyarms Custom. So that was where I was pouring all my attention into. But I figured since I was doing the shape of that model, I figured I would do this guy as well. And I really appreciate the primer that I used for the custom. It was all black, whereas this guy's primer is going to be white, gray, black, and I believe red. So one of the first things you can see is the different colors of the gun. So the gun from the box comes in black, and that also includes the chain and the ammo drum. So everything is in just one monotone color. And then also you'll notice that the gun is split down the middle, so it's two pieces put together. And then also the drum is the same way. So I had to go in and seam line removal a lot of that. So as you can see, that drum looks like it's one solid piece, also the gun as well. Okay, so I actually do have the gun here of the unmade and just what you would get out of the box for another Heavyarms here. So this is going to be the color of your chain link here. So in comparison, I have it directly put up next to the other one. This is what you're going to look like. Mine's more metallic and this is a little bit more black. Now when it comes to the ammo drum, you'll see that this one here is all one monotone color. It's all black. Actually, his entire weapon is all black there. And then what I did was I took the seam lines out, because you see the seam line right here. I just took that out. You can kind of see the remnants of seam lines a little bit. I'm not too concerned with that, but I did take that seam line out. And then if I rotate it around just a little bit, you can see where I made this just a different color of the tank here. So you have more of a black just throughout the entire thing. And then I wanted to keep black here, but then also make this just more metallic and just catches your eye better. And I think that that part would be metallic in real life anyways. If I come back around here to the gun, you'll see here that the gun actually has quite a big seam line right there that I removed. You don't really have to worry about seam lines too much, but there's a little bit of flash that I took off. There's a seam line here, and then throughout the entire gun right there as well. I went ahead and took that off, and then just made these parts, just anything that I wanted to make color just stand out. I did that. One thing that I really like is the handle here, the trigger. Let me see, I'll go the other way. For some reason I like to make triggers red, make them stand out. And you'll see I just added a lot of details. Like just here where it was gray, I really like to make guns in a gray color. I really enjoy that. Then also with metallics and then the black as well. And I thought that was just a good touch there. So I use metallic colored paints, all from Tamiya. So I'm sure that I used a little bit of chrome silver, a little bit of flat aluminum. Sometimes I'll use gunmetal. I can even add a little bit darker colors to that, or I could do lighter as well. You could always add that to your metallics to give it a little bit different sheen. I add just a little bit of gold in there just to give it a little bit of flair. And then you'll notice here in this part, it goes from black to gray to silver to gold. And although it's not a big detail, when you're looking at it, it makes all the difference. And if I come up here, then you can even see the smoke detail that I added, as if that barrel was rotating and firing. So I went ahead and put a clear smoke on that as well. It just makes it look like the barrel has been fired. So what I did is I did the pipes all in one color, and then I took a brush and brushed those pipes the exact same color, but then I went over it with that smoke color as if the barrels have been firing all night, and that actually changes the color of the tips there. And then also you can see just below the barrel there, you have that smoky color, and then it comes into the natural color of those pipes again, and then another smoky color there, and then a small amount of detail here. I didn't do the smoke under this gray piece, but I did the smoke above here. I didn't want to add too much smoke because then it would wash out those colors. Customizing the weapon and definitely choosing your own colors for the weapon is a smart idea with this guy, just because his weapon is so monotone. I mean, you look at both of these weapons and you can really see the difference there, how monotone that is. And then you'll notice all the decals that I put on. Now these decals here are the ones that came with the suit here. I never use the ones that come with the suit if I don't have to, especially on a nice painted kit. So what I did was bought third party. I believe this is Model Decal. I don't know what company it is, but if you look for just the Master Grade Heavyarms EW, you can find water slide decals. Go with the company that you enjoy, that you like. And I just say water slide decals are the best decals. Alright, so we can go ahead and look at the legs next. And I do have the original runners, as you can see. So I do have an example of the original runners that came with the kit. I would say that the color is a little more eggshell white. I went with more of a pre-shade light gray and then put white on top of that. I really like the way that the legs came out, and then with all those decals, you can't go wrong. So inside the missile pods, I went with more of a dark red, and then for the red on the suit, I went for more of a light red. I thought that that was a good contrast. And I thought that the bright red would be a little more fun, kind of like the clown aesthetic would be, like his job. And then also I wanted to make the missiles red, like a dark red. And that would be, I think, a little more foreboding. Now, I do have the original missiles here. I just think it's a good contrast to see what they look like before you paint them. So here's all the missiles that he comes with, and they're all just this gray, just color that you would forget, right? So then I painted his missiles dark red, and I really like that look. One thing that I really like doing with the wing kits is custom decal placement. You'll notice this sticker right here. I love that decal. It has his call sign and then the H on it. And then also you see here we do have the missiles, and they are again like that dark foreboding red. I really love that color. Over here you can really see the contrast between the white, the yellow, the orange, the red, and the blue. It's fun, I think. And I think that's a good aesthetic to his clown and what job he has. And then once you open up those missile pods, you have those dark red menacing missiles. I love that. Once I open the chest, you can see kind of the different colors. Here, the back metal, I made a lighter metallic color. And then these pieces here are made a little bit darker. On video you can kind of tell a little better, but in real life you can't really tell that much. I should have put a little more detail in this chest area. But then one thing I really did like was I used a light metallic and did the gun barrels. And in person they really stick out too, a lot better than in camera. So I'm really going to try to get the light in here, but as you can see there is a painted Troa Barton in there as well. I like to paint my pilots and put them inside the suits, and even though you close up all the hatches and you can't see them, I just like to know that they're inside and they are painted. Now when it comes to the eyes, when light hits it just right, they do glow. I do like that aesthetic on him, and I'll explain how I got it. If I come over to the same piece here, it's just not painted. How I got that effect is I masked off the front camera and the rear camera, and what I did is I put a metallic chrome silver on the back side and then also on the sides. And then what I did for the front camera, back camera, and the eyes, I painted that in a mix of clear green and clear yellow, but mostly clear green. And then I went in and hand brushed all the fine details around the eyes and made that black. And so what that did was it gave light piping through the entire headpiece here. If I put a light behind his back camera and his head, you can see that light come through. Now when the light hits that eye just right, it really does shine. Now I don't know how many more of my projects I'll be doing in this style. I do know I'll be doing all my wing kits in this style. However, normally I will put the chrome color on the front of the eyes and then do a clear coat over that and then hand paint the black in. And that gives it more of a candy coat paint job on the surface to where light doesn't have to go so deep into the eye to be reflective. So I'll do my future projects the way I just described. However, I will finish my wing kits in the style that this Heavyarms is in because I've already done my 2 customs in that same exact way. And I would like to keep continuity with my entire wing project. But if you don't mind the light having to go deep into the eyes, this does give it a really nice glow. Now with this kit, I do want to note for the missile pods, it's actually very hard for me to open these front 2 missile pods and near impossible for me to open the side missile pods. The side missile pods I won't even try anymore. And with the front pods, I don't typically open those. On the customs, it's a lot easier. I don't know why. I painted them in the exact same way. I think it might just be the difference in color and how I layered them. But the body skirts, they all open for the customs. I don't know why this one doesn't. It's just a little bit tighter. I guess the paint's a little thicker. And then for the red, what I did is I actually primed those pieces in white, and then for pre-shading I actually put a pink color on the edges and then did a red plus clear red mix for the top paint on that. And so when you add a little bit of that clear paint to the red paint, it really gives it a vibrant, bright color. So for Troa, this is more of a clown aesthetic paint job is what I think. And I don't know how the designers of the Gundam would know that he would go to Earth and become a clown. But I just imagine his paint job as a clown. It's like very fun, very bright colors, and even colors that clash, you know, because the orange and the red, they really clash with one another. But they did it in such a way to where it really pulls it in and completes the look of the Gundam. I really enjoy this Gundam. I think he's more fun. And even though Troa and Heavyarms is so dangerous, it's fun colors. And that's what I really enjoy about the Heavyarms. Plus the fact that you add that Gatling gun to his arm, and it's just amazing. One thing that I don't like about this suit is that it's not the TV version. I love how the Heavyarms has a Gatling gun for an arm, but this one, he's literally holding it like a minigun. And I don't really like that as much, but it's still really menacing when he's holding it. Eventually, one day, Bandai will give us the Master Grades TV versions, and I can't wait for that. I just know that they're trying to milk their time and make as much money off of us as they can. So I do know Bandai's doing that. They are a business. They need to do that stuff, but I've been waiting many, many years for the TV versions. When it comes to his blade, I didn't make it a dark gunmetal and then put light on the edges. I believe the color that I used was flat aluminum for the entire blade, and then I went with a chrome silver for the outside. However, if I could do it again, I think I would have made the blade a little bit darker and then done the flat aluminum for just the sharp part of the blade. You can see the difference in color between the two metallics that I used. However, that blade's a little bit too bright for me. I don't know, let me know in the comments to see if you guys like the blade like that, or if you like it to be a little darker and a little edgier. So this is the only EW that I will build, because this is the only EW that I really, really enjoy. And I know that basically his body is the body of the Heavy Arms Custom, but in this paint job, it is absolutely perfect. I love this EW. And I can't say that about the other ones, but this one I absolutely love. And I loved it so much, I bought one, and then I never built it, but I was out at a store and I saw another one, and I loved it so much, I bought it again. I guess for motivation-wise, to actually make me build the first one. So that's why I own 2 of these suits. So basically I've built 3 Heavy Arms already, and I don't feel like I want to build the 4th one. So I'm just going to use that for spare parts. But I hope that you guys enjoyed my reveal video. I hope that you enjoyed this in-depth video of the smaller details and then what I did to accomplish my build. So I hope that it can showcase a little bit of my work. And also, the next video will be a repair video. So stay tuned for that. We're going to go ahead and fix an arm of a Gundam. You'll see which Gundam that is in our repair video. But just in case if a shoulder joint on one of your Gundams breaks, you can go ahead and do this quick fix that I have. You might need specialized tools, but I will go ahead and show you every tool that you'll need, and then we'll go over step by step what we're going to do to fix that Gundam. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoy my content. So if you like it, go ahead, hit that like button. If you want to comment about it, go ahead, comment about it. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe, because we're going to be going on a journey of a lot of work in progress projects that I have, and then also whatever I feel like teaching at the time. And we'll come out with those videos in the future. So stay tuned, enjoy, and until next time, I hope you don't feel that neglected now. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. About fell out my chair. And then if I can open this. Oopsie, you'll never see that. You'll never see me take it off. I guess the designers for the show wanted to make him like a clown, so at least his colors. Oh god, dude, it's no easy way to describe that and make it sound nice. It's like, yo, they made your Gundam look like a clown, you idiot.